Alright, so welcome to the mixing board, and I've shown you the different types of mixing board that we have. We have the digital and the analog. So let's see. Alright, so mixing board. Achieving an advanced level of mixing on a mixing board involves a combination of technical proficiency, creative decision making, and an acute understanding of signal flow. Here is a detailed guide. Signal flow mastery, understanding routing. Develop a deep understanding of the signal path through your mixing board, including preamps, EQs, dynamics, aux, sends, and basses. Now, preamp optimization, stage or gain staging. Pay meticulous attention to gain staging to enhance or to ensure optimal signal to noise ratio and avoid distortion. Coloration choices. Explore the sonic characteristics of different preamps and choose them deliberately to add color or transparency based on the desired output. Advanced EQ techniques. Dynamics EQ. Use dynamics EQ on the mixing board to dynamically adjust specific frequencies based or bands based on input signal dynamics. Mid-side processing. Implement mid-side EQs to separately process the center and sides of the stereo signal for precise control. So all these things are things you need to do on the mixer board. Also, like the hardware, the mixing board, you need to do all these things. So all these techniques apply to you that you're in the studio working on a track using a DAW, any software, using maybe Cubase, Studio One, Fruity Loops, and you that you are in the church having a mixing board, having the hardware, having either digital mixer or having the analog mixer. You can apply all these techniques. That's why I'm talking about it in the mixing board. You understand? These are advanced techniques that you need to apply. When you apply these techniques, you realize that you end up getting a refined and clean mix. Okay, refined and clean mix. All right. So dynamic processing on the board, multi-band compression. Utilize onboard multi-band compressions to address dynamic issues with specific frequencies ranges. Parallel compression. Apply parallel compression techniques directly on the mixing board for a more cohesive and control sound. Okay, auxiliary sends and returns. Effect processing. Optimize auxiliary sends and returns for external effects such as reverbs and delays. If you could remember, I talked about external effects when I was talking about the analog mixer. So this is what they are talking about. So they said optimize auxiliary sends and returns for external effects such as reverbs and delays. So what sends means? Send means out, and return means in. So that's the term. So for an analog mixer like this, when you plug your effects such as reverbs and delays, and what they are trying to say is that the effect processing will pass through the send and return on the mixer board. Okay, you understand these things more clearly when the practical shows you. Okay, let's continue. So I'll be revealing all these things to you for you to get a more clearer in-depth in it. Okay, so parallel processing. Set up parallel processing chains using aux sends for creative effects without affecting the main signal. Okay, bass processing and grouping. Subgroup processing. Group related instruments on subgroups for cohesive processing, applying EQ, compression, and other effects collectively. Bass compression. Use bass compression on the main stereo bass for overall glue and control. I talked about bass already. You understand compression, so that's what it is. All right, so creative automation. Motorized faders. take advantage of motorized faders to precise automation, enhance dynamics movement, and creative nuanced mixes. So this can be applied to the digital mixer. It has its faders automated, okay, because it's a digital mixer. Scene automation. Program and recall different scenes for automation changes, especially useful in complex mixes. All right. So advanced panning techniques, special placement. Experiment with advanced panning techniques, including binaural panning, and automation to create a three-dimensional sound stage. Analog summing, external summing mixes. Consider incorporating external analog summing mixes for additional warmth and depth, especially if working in a digital environment. Monitor calibration, room correction. Implement room correction systems to optimize your monitoring environment and ensure accurate representation. Speaker placement. Fine-tune speaker placement for optimal stereo imaging and frequency response. Collaboration with artists. Real-time collaboration. Foster a collaboration environment by involving artists in the mixing process, especially during creative decision-making stages. All right. Mastering integration. Communication with the mastering engineer. If applicable, maintain communication with the mastering engineer to discuss the intended sound and any specific requirement. Remember, an advanced mixing board techniques involves both technical precision and artistic intuition. Regularly explore new methods, stay attuned to industry trends, and refine your skills through hands-on experiments and crucial listening. All right, so this brings us to mixing board 1, and the next one we're going to talk about is mixing